Lazy exercises. What is the best workout routine for muscle gain or just in general, right? The reason I'm doing this is because I still see people, questioning should they try the Mike Menster 4-day split or even do the whole just like one set to failure concept, like do less sets, you know, lower reps, right? Less set, lower reps, and see if you get any results, which you should. The point of this video for me is pointing out the fact that even a shitty routine, even if somebody just randomly wrote down a workout routine and gave it to somebody, if that person followed the routine, they're going to get results. Now, is it going to be the best results? Is it going to be the most optimal results? Is it going to be what the person wants? Well, that's subjective, right? That depends on the goal of the person who acts for the routine. Like, for example, if the person wants to burn fat, right, lose weight, right, burn fat, giving them a powerlifting workout routine wouldn't be optimal for fat burning, right? If anything, when they get on the scale, the numbers would go up, not down. Especially if you add the nutrition part to the routine, where it's like you got to eat these many proteins and carbs and whatnot, right, and calories. If you give them a bodybuilding routine, a powerlifting or a bodybuilding routine, it's going to get them those results, but it's not the results that they asked for, right? The fact that some people still will debate if they should try a routine or not, it's like, well, personally, if you're already doing a routine and it's working for you, there's no need to try another one, right? If it works for you, it works for you. The only thing I would point out is make sure you're not overtraining. That's all. Don't overtrain. We don't want no one getting hurt and injured. The idea is to be healthy and strong. But if you're not exercising, right, you're not lifting, you're interested in lifting, and you want to try out a routine, any routine you try, any workout you try will be worth doing, because you're going to get results regardless. Will it be the specific results you want? That's the only thing that's different. Because some people will like to think that, oh, I don't think that workout routine is going to be good enough to build muscles or even worth the time. It's like, if you're exercising, if you're lifting heavy, you're going to get results regardless, because you're moving your body. Even if you don't exercise, right? As in, like, you don't do cardio, you don't do exercise bike, you don't run, right? You don't use weights. Just walking is going to get you results, right? You're going to burn off fat anyway, as long as you're in either a calorie maintenance or calorie deficit, right? If you're in a surplus, it's going to be difficult, because that means you're going to have to be doing a lot of walking in order to overcome the calorie surplus. So, for example, if your maintenance is 2,000 calories, but you're eating like 4,000 calories a day, but at most you can do while walking is burn 2,000, maybe 2,500 calories a day, you will always be in a 2,000 or 1,500 calorie surplus. So you're just going to be gaining weight. Even though you're doing all this walking, it won't matter, because you're gaining weight. Because the amount of calories you're consuming is higher than what you're burning, right? This is why it's important that the little pro tip here is do your cardio, do your exercise, right, before you eat. Some people go, oh, eat before you work out, blah, blah, blah. But for me, it's like, no. Eat after you work out. you should drink, yes, drink something, but ideally something with 0 calories or very low calories, like 50 calories or less, before you know do your workout. Like for example, right now I got this 10 calories Celsius Live Fit, watermelon flavor sparkling drink. It's supposed to be, accelerates metabolism and it burns body fat and all that good stuff. And I'm walking and I'm drinking this, and like I said, it's only 10 calories. So eating, and then are there carbohydrates? 0 carbohydrates, right? So no carbohydrates, no calories, no protein, right? All this right before I work out or while I'm walking, which is a workout in itself. So the point is, definitely drink water. Definitely drink water while you're in between sets, right? And get your exercise on. Sweat out as much fat as possible, because fat consists of 1%. Sweat consists of 1% fat and salt, and the rest is 99% water. So sweating you will sweat out fat. So drink water, do your exercise, get your sweat on. And then after you work out, then you eat, right? And the reason for this, why you want to eat after you work out, is because if you only burn, let's say 1,000 calories, it wouldn't be a good idea, right? Especially if you're trying to lose weight, it wouldn't be a good idea to eat 1,000 plus calories right afterwards, right? Because it's like, or let's say, well, you don't want to eat more than 1,000 calories. If you eat 1,000 calories and you just burn 1,000 calories, well, at least you're not gaining weight, right? You're essentially maintaining, right? You're breaking even. But if you eat more than 1,000 calories after you just burn 1,000 calories, then you're in a surplus of calories. You have that extra 500 that you're not burning, so it's going to get stored. Especially if you already finished working out for the day and you're probably going to go to sleep or something, then you're going to go to sleep with extra 500 calories in your body that you didn't need to put in there. Which is why it's better to exercise first, then eat, right? Then eat your calories, because at least you would know, like, all right, I burned 1,500 calories at the gym, so for me to be, for me not to eat 1,500 calories, I eat 1,000, right? Because the idea is to eat less calories, right, than you burn, right? So put less calories in than the calories that go out, right? Calorie in, calorie out. Which is why I recommend, especially if you have like a fitness tracker and whatnot, that gives you a pretty good idea of how many calories you burn while you're working out, walking, whatever, before you eat. Right now I'm looking at fitness tracker. I already burned over 500 calories. So right now, I can eat 500 calories worth of food, right, and not gain any weight from it, right? Not add to, to my body fat. Or I can eat 250 calories, so that I can, stay in a 250 calorie surplus. Deficit. That way I have a chance of, burning 250 more calories, right? Because the idea is just to make sure I don't add more calories than I burn. So if I burn 500, then I can eat 500. So I'm not adding. The whole idea is not to add to your surplus, right? Your storage of calories, right? Fat. Especially if you're trying to lose weight, so obviously you want to get rid of it. Now this is different if you are trying to gain weight. If you're trying to gain weight, then yeah, you got to eat more calories than you burn at the gym, so that way that calories can go into your bulk, right? Go into making you bigger. It can be used for, helping you grow more muscles if you're trying to get bigger. So obviously you'll learn that online about calorie deficit, calorie surplus, bulking, cutting, all that good stuff. But when it comes to working out, and the fact that I still see people trying to throw some shade, negativity towards certain workout philosophies or concepts like Mike Mentzer's, one step to failure, or his 4-day split. The fact that people are still debating, like, should we do this or should we not? it's something that most of us should consider, not thinking that it is too much, or too little. Some people think it's too little bit of a workout routine for their liking, and some people think it's too much. So think about the irony. There's people who think his routine is too little, and some people think it's too much. All right, to each their own. Now, me personally, I don't do Mike Mentzer's 4-day split personally. I respect the concept. I just don't do it myself. One, I don't have the 4 days available to even to even try it out per se. I exercise twice a week. That's how I do it. I do upper body the beginning of the week and lower body at the end of the week. And I try to do some ab exercise and cardio in between. Usually on the weekends, right? And that routine works for me, and I do a maximum of 2 sets. I don't do warm-ups. That's something I notice a lot of other people apparently do. I'm not used to that idea of warming up before lifting. I just go in and lift. But ironically, my first set is essentially a warm-up. Because once I get in there and start lifting, I start feeling the effects of blood rushing through my, pumping through my body temperature rising. I'm drinking water, getting that oxygen, to my muscles through water, right? Start to feel the effects of lifting, right? And then I go into my second set. Now, and sometimes in my second set, I tend to do at least one or more, like sometimes one or three extra reps. So that's always nice to be able to lift the weight more than you did the first time. And of course, the goal is to try to hit like 5 reps, which is what I'm doing, 5 reps of 2 sets. My first set typically would be like 5, maybe 6 sometimes. I'm like, ooh, yeah, I could do 6. And then my second set will be a little bit more reps. So that's always good. So the goal is to try to hit 5 minimum, not 5 exact, 5 minimum at least. Right? If you lift less than that, that's an indicator that you haven't fully recovered yet. But normally you should have recovered by the time you lift. Especially I take 6 days rest, in between, doing upper body and lower body. So there's always 6 days of rest in between. This should be more than enough to fully recover. Mike Mentzer wants you to do it like every 4 days, so you're only recovering about approximately 2 to 3 days of recovery between each time you're working the same muscle group, like let's say chest. So that's what he's recommending. Basically is try to hit chest twice a week, for example, in the 4-day split, as opposed to doing it once a week. I hit chest once a week, right? So that's the difference between my method and his method. Hey, his method works for him, my method works for me. The main thing is, the main goal always has been, and I still hear it, even when I hear other people talk about, do 6 sets and 6 to 12 reps and all that stuff. What's interesting about that is I still hear that they say, yeah, you should be getting like 5 pounds, maybe even 10 pounds stronger every week. It's like, wait a minute, y'all exercising, lifting way more than I do. Way more, like definitely more than like almost 10 times more than me. but the end result is still y'all only adding 5 to 10 pounds. Then what's the point of doing all that extra exercise and all them extra sets if you're only going to get 5 to 10 pounds stronger every week? I get 5 to 10 pounds stronger every week with less sets. I only do a maximum of 2 sets per exercise. And I've never done more than 2 sets my whole life. Like, I've done like partial third set where like the first set, especially if I haven't lifted in a while, the first set, I'd be like, all right, set up the weight. All right, time to do my first set. And then when I try to do it, like, oh, yep, struggling with the weight. I was only able to lift it twice. The goal was to do 5, right? Or 6. All right, well, gotta put the weight back, right? Re-rack it, take some weights off, right? And start calculating how much lighter it needs to be in order for me to get 5 to 6 reps and then hit it, right? So technically you can count the first, the first attempt at a 5 rep set as a set, or you can count it as a warm-up. However way you want to look at it. The point is sometimes it would take me 3 times to get the proper amount of workout, which is at least the minimum of the amount of reps I was trying to do. So that's the only time like you might see me like do 3 sets, is because one of those sets was a failure. It was like a partial set, because it's like, oh, I didn't reach the goal I was trying to reach, so now I gotta change the weights and then try again. And usually I essentially superset it. I just go straight in. I take off the weights, right? Recalibrate the weights and just go straight into doing it, instead of taking a rest. Because normally I rest 2 to 5 minutes in between sets. But in this scenario, it's like immediately just go into trying to get the proper set out of the way, because within the same time frame of working out, if I'm trying to work out for 30 minutes, I want to fit my routine in there. I'm not going to waste time taking a break when I really didn't get much of a workout. But you get the point. 2 sets is more than enough. First set essentially is like a warm-up set for me, since I don't do warm-ups. I don't do warm-up before I lift. I just go straight into the routine. And it has been working just fine for me. Of course, most people will recommend against it, because the whole you could get injured thing is like, yeah, it is possible. If you're concerned of getting injured, or you feel you're prone to it, or you are prone to getting injured from physical activities, then yeah, I would recommend stretching. I would recommend doing warm-ups. But I don't have that issue per se, so I don't do stretches or warm-ups. Just pointing out what I do. Not telling you to do exactly what I do. I'm just saying that's what I do. I don't put in that much. I don't do the stretching and the warming up. Let's see. But long story short, right, is that any exercise you do, even a shitty one, even a poorly, written down workout routine from somebody who might not know a lot about lifting weights, that routine is still going to give you results, right? Whether it's the results you want or not, it's still going to work. So this idea of looking at a routine that it's like, this routine will get you, these types of results. It'll help you grow muscles faster, or it'll help you grow muscles, period, in less time. Then, if anything, you should be like, grow muscles in less time? That's what this routine is for? To grow muscles in less time? Okay, let me give it a try. Instead of immediately be like, I don't think this works. I'm gonna wait until somebody else tries it, and then I'm gonna try it. It's like, damn, you wanna be a follower? You don't wanna be a leader? Why you don't want to try it? Why? Because if you don't want to try it, right, and then feel like, oh, I tried it, it didn't work, man, I wasted time. Is that what you feel like it is? You have to understand, weightlifting or exercising is one of the few stuff in this world that you can never waste time doing it. That's the interesting thing, right? That's the awesome thing about working out, is that you can never truly waste time doing it. Right? Because even if you did, quote unquote, waste time by, spending 2-3 hours in the gym, you're still going to get results. You're not going to get amazing, like super, like incredible Hulk level results, but you're still going to get results. right? The point of like Mike Mentzer's, philosophy and concept, right, is the fact is like you don't need to do a lot to get results. You can do less and still get the same type of results. You can still grow 5 pounds stronger every week with less work, right? You can work less and get more, as it were, right? Less is more, as he tries to put it. That's why he talks about one set of failures, like less is more. And I agree with him because, well, that works for me. I've never needed to do more because I get the results that I want in the first place. I get stronger every week. I'm not saying I wouldn't want more than that, but if there's no proof that I can get more by doing more, then why would I do more? I mean, currently, if anything, right now, especially because of Mike Mentzer, it's been confirmed to me that like, okay, my way was the best way, because less is more, which is totally different than many other things in life. But back to what I was saying, right, was yes, you don't need to do a full hour, 2 hour, try to do like 100 sets a week type of routine to get results. Because you're going to get results anyway. Even if you worked out less, you're going to get results. It's only when you really, really, really under exercise. Just like there's such thing as overtraining, there is such thing as undertraining. You could train so little, with extremely light weights, extremely high reps. You'll get some results, but you won't get the result you want. Like, you want to grow your muscles, but instead what you'll do is you'll just strengthen your muscles' capability of doing endurance. This is why we have certain sets. For example, if you want to get stronger and bigger, 5 sets, right? Not sets, 5 reps is, for me, the magic number. Most people would disagree with that there is a magic number, but for me, 5 reps is the magic number, right? And 2 sets is pretty good as a workout. Then 10 reps. That is for, I forget what I call it. It's for the endurance. There you go. 10 reps is for endurance. And then 15, you would think it would be 15 afterward. It can be 15, between 15 and 20. I prefer 20 for cardio or fat loss. So if you want to burn fat, 15 or 20 reps is the way you want to go. I lean towards 20 because it's more, right? You're spending more time exercising, which means you're going to burn more calories, which means you're going to sweat more, right? Sweating more means more water weight loss and more fat loss. So I'd rather go the 20 route. Could you do 30? Yeah, if you want to spend more time, but 20 should be more than enough for a short period of time if you're not trying to spend a lot of time in the gym. Like myself, don't want to spend a lot of time in the gym. I want to get more for less. So if I can get more fat burning for less time, then that's what I want to do, right? And that's why when you are doing like cardio or any type of, calorie burning activity, you want to supplement it with, capsaicin, which, comes in cinnamon, right? It's in paprikas and hot peppers. It's in spicy spices. So these are the things that have that. Pectin comes in a lot of fruits, especially apples. They have pectin, which is a fiber that also will help you flush out fat, specifically fat, not burn calories. Specifically, it gets rid of fat, which is very good. Much better than calorie burning, because the idea of burning calories is to empty out the fat cells, and burn the calories as energy, which requires work. But using the fiber to scrub out the fat so you don't have to convert the fat into energy, which requires you to use that energy to, physically do something, is much better. So you definitely want to go with the pectin route. And I just found out that you can get pectin in a powder form, because like if we use protein powder for getting for getting proteins, for muscle building, what is the protein powder equivalent for fat loss? Pectin powder. Apparently that's a thing, which is awesome. So I'm definitely gonna experiment with that. I mainly just eat like applesauce and get my pectin that way, but I don't really like the applesauce that much. I eat it because it's the only real source of pectin I have. But the fact that there is a powder form of pectin that I can mix into like my oatmeals or into other things that I like, maybe mix it with like tuna and eat it that way, so that I can have protein from the tuna but also have the pectin, so that I can have the muscle building and the fat burning all in, fat loss all in one meal, would be the way to go. The fact that I could like make a protein shake, throw in the pectin, and then again have the muscle building effect and the fat burning effect all in one. So definitely something to look into. I'll make a video about that down the line. Not much else to say. That's the end of the video.